So moving into the actual event, we got the Eliminator Tournament Finals. Hangman Adam Page versus Kenny Omega. This is a story that's been told, it feels like a year now. And it's nice to have a nice long-built story in place.
Yeah. I feel like this, it's been a build since AEW was announced, really. Hangman is the guy that they initially had envisioned strapping the title to, and it never lined up. The stars never aligned for him. This is going to be a really good match, and I'm hoping something that I'm going to predict in the future doesn't come true, because I really want this match almost more than any match on the card, just for the length and the build that it has had. This was a hard choice. I'm gonna go with Hangman. The heart's not there, but that's what I'm gonna say. Because I noticed real quick that this was gonna be, we could pick the same picks all the way across the board so easy.
Oh, it would, yeah. Oh, definitely. And they'd make sense. But this one actually wasn't too difficult for me. I think Hangman's had his chance multiple times. He's surprised me a few times and really put on some good shows, but at the same time, he's not someone you can count on to consistently put on good matches. Put him with the right opponent like a Kenny Omega, this should be a good match, especially with the two of them having so much chemistry. And Kenny Omega's kind of been a bitch this whole time, and I really think he needs a coming out party, and I think this is it. I think Kenny wins. I don't see any world where Adam Page wins this one, honestly.
Yeah. It's a tough call, but I think this is going to be a really good match. I'm hoping it's not the first match on the show. But if it is, it'll set the pace nicely.
Yeah, that'd be a good opener match. It'll definitely be something to start the show and get you hyped right away, I think.
I just want to see them go like a New Japan hour, you know what I mean?
Right?
And you're not going to get that with your first match.
No, but I would love to see him go Broadway. That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Then we have your TNT Championship match with Cody defending his gold against Darby Allin. A tale as old as time, as far as AEW is concerned.
Right.
I love
these.
They're so tethered together, this should be a strap match, but they already blew that one on Brody Lee.
Right.
They've
got so much chemistry as well. The first two matches here are so full of chemistry that even if they aren't like show-stealing catch-as-catch-can wrestling mat classics, that they're going to tell a great story, I think, both of these. Darby Allin, I have no idea what their plans are for him, but I love watching him every time. Cody, it was pretty much a given he was going to be the first TNT champion, but I don't want him to have it. He doesn't need it. I can kind of see this. I mean, this is their secondary title, but I can see this title kind of being one that gets passed around quite a bit.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be a bad thing.
I think with a mid-card title, that's kind of what you want. You know, it's meant to make people. It's not meant to be, like, your end goal.
Right. And let's be honest, Cody already won his last name. He doesn't need to keep this title. He already won a title. It's the Rhodes title. So I'm going to give this one to Darby Allin. I think he deserves it. I think he's going to put his all into it. And it's going to be so much fun to watch. So much fun.
I'm right with you. I'm picking Darby Allin, but I do want to say I'm pretty sure Brian Cage and Ricky Starks are getting involved in this match. They both got beef with both dudes, and they're not anywhere else to be seen on the card. And that worries me that this ends in a disqualification.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't. It's such a shame to see championship matches end in fuck finishes, but it happens.
I definitely
wrestling.
don't want to see a fucking pay-per-view match turn into a tag team match, you know? That'd be bad.
Yeah. That's no good. Have Teddy Long come out. Tag match. Oh, hey, speaking of tag matches, up next on our bracket is the Tag Team Championships, but this has a special caveat with it. If the Young Bucks lose, they are to never challenge for the AEW World Tag Championships again.
Yeah.
We know this is pro wrestling.
For saying it. I hate them for doing this because Cody already did it. And I know it's story, so there's reason for it.
Yeah, and it's pro wrestling. There's plenty of outs, although I hate to see that. I think a stipulation should mean something.
And then the last few weeks, they've been playing off of Matt Jackson's leg injury.
Yeah, that he's had for quite some time now.
Yeah, since he jumped off the top of the entrance way back on a dark match. Fucking...
Which is just dumb. Again, I hate to say that, but they really need to save some of this shit. God, there was I don't remember who said it, but there was somebody who had an interview this last week, and he mentioned something that I kind of agree with, but it's a fine line to tread. He said maybe AEW gives their their professional wrestlers, their professional wrestlers a little too much leeway to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you look at it, it does seem like AEW wrestlers get injured more often than almost any other company out there right now.
Oh, I think so. And it's interesting to see the injuries come out from guys who have had storied careers in New Japan, where I think the injuries are very few and far between, but also they're not doing weekly television.
Yep, that is true.
It's got to be tough for the Young Bucks to transition from that kind of a career to TV. But then at the same point, they were on Ring of Honor, so I guess I can't say.
And they were on Impact Wrestling, and but yeah, I mean, as far as AEW goes, though, I give them their leeway, but you're gonna have to start dialing it in over time. Figure out what works best. You know, you want people to have their freedom because that makes for a good product, but let's be honest, especially as a talent, you know, Matt Jackson knows better than to blow a big spot like that on fucking AEW Dark.
This is just a perfect picture for why the world would be a better place if wrestlers were actual employees and not contracted talent, you know?
Right.
If your insurance has got to cover them, then you're going to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
And I guess the Bucks they're on AEW insurance because they're backstage people. So I don't know. And they could just be fucking this whole thing. But my big worry for this match is because FTR did the chair to the leg spot on Dynamite this week, is the Bucks can't compete. And so not only can they not compete in this match, but it fucks the Hangman Omega match where they got to come back together to try to take the titles off of FTR. And that's something that would make me mad, but it logically makes sense. And I don't know. I'm lost in the mire here. But I'm going to say FTR is winning. As much as that pains me.
I'm going to say it right out. I agree. I think FTR is winning. I think they're keeping the championships. I will say, though, if they end up doing some kind of finish where it isn't a finish, so this whole they'll never challenge for the tag team again isn't finalized or whatever, then I think it's really shitty of them to even make that stipulation.
Yeah.
If you know from the beginning that you're not going to even have it, then just don't do it.
No, it's the one thing on the whole pay-per-view that doesn't feel right.
And I agree with you. They already did it with Cody. They're doing it with the Bucks. And this is a company that's less than 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't have anybody who's saying they'll never challenge for anything again. I mean, it's been less than 2 years. Build that up for, after 5 years or so. Yeah, it seems like something they like to do so far that I just don't dig.
Yeah, it bothers me because everybody, I know I watch AEW because I want to see them on top, At the beginning, It was like, don't jerk yourselves off. I get that, But I want them to jerk themselves off eventually. And if you keep making this stipulation, then eventually there's going to be no reason to watch this anymore.
Yeah, and, with all of the tag teams that there are in AEW, I could easily see this being their way of making like a TNT tag title or some kind of secondary or lightweight tag title, something like that. I could see that. I don't I don't mind them having a secondary tag title if they got enough good tag teams, which they seem to. I just don't want this to be how they do it. But yeah, I guess long story short, FTR all the way.
Yeah, sucks to say. It does. Then we've got the Women's Championship, and this one really kind of came out of nowhere for me. Hikaru Shida is defending her gold against the Beast, Nyla Rose. This is a rematch that's been a long time coming.
Definitely has. I love the native beast, Nyla Rose. I'm in her corner 100% of the time. I'll back her
her manager now.
Yep. I love that teaming. I think that's a great package.
I think so too.
This is the one for me. This was the only one that was really, really tough for me. Kind of the Bucks one just because of the stipulation, but this one, just looking at it, it's like I really want to say Nyla's going to win it. I'll be 100% okay if Nyla wins it. But I feel like after the Britt Baker deal didn't really follow through the way they wanted it to, and the Kylie Ray didn't follow through the way they wanted to, I really think they're trying to cement Hikaru as the face of the women's division. It's not a bad face of the women's division. It's actually great. I would love to see Nyla as the face of the women's division as well. And I don't mind Nyla Rose chasing the title and just being the native beast she is. So I'm gonna go with what my head says, and I think Hikaru Shida is gonna keep it at least into 2021.
And I couldn't resist the opportunity to pick up a point off of one of your favorites, so I'm going with Nyla Rose.
I'll be pissed if she gets you a point, but also I'll be happy that she won. So
I got to make up for picking Hangman in the Eliminator Finals.
So now we got another kind of gimmicky match here. We got an Inner Circle initiation sort of match. Basically, we've seen Le Dinner Debonair, then we've seen the town hall meeting with Eric Bischoff, and we still haven't decided whether MJF belongs in the Inner Circle. So we have Chris Jericho versus MJF. If MJF wins, he joins the Inner Circle. Where are you at on this, Pasty? You see the same thing happening that I see happening?
Where he joins and Jericho's out?
Yeah.
I see that, but I also see a Sammy Guevara face turn on the horizon. And I also see maybe MJF gets punked by the Inner Circle, Jericho wins it, and they pick up what's MJF's ring guy? Fucking Christ.
Oh, Jake? No, not Jake. That's
Oh, I'm having a hard time here.
Life isn't easy when you have to think, buddy. Well, anyways, continue.
Yeah. I'm assuming they're gonna. There's so many scenarios that can play out here. None of them end with MJF joining the Inner Circle and it's a happy family finish. But I can't bring myself to say MJF doesn't win either.
Yeah, I honestly just don't know where the storyline's going. They've obviously been teasing it for so long. Like you said, I don't see it ending in any way where MJF and Chris Jericho live happily ever after in the Inner Circle. I'm of the mind MJF joins and the Inner Circle turns on Chris Jericho and MJF is their leader. But even if not, I could see, Inner Circle's a heel stable, Jericho's a heel, and this, as far as I know, this wasn't made by Shad Khan. MJF could win, and Jericho could just say you're not in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that'd be great for heat.
Definitely.
But I think MJF is a much better heel than a face, so that would, make him instant face material.
Uh-huh. But he could also lose here and then try to go join the Dark Order or something. You know what I mean? There's options. Yeah. He could shop around more.
Wardlow is who you're thinking of, and
Yes, there you
Wardlow
go.
would make a good Dark Order
Yeah,